way to approach it. So I can talk to them better. The best we can do is just, like talk to them and lead by example.
And what you need to do is like find a common ground, something, that good for both of y'all, and then, you just go in with that.
Be more subtle. Just speak to them.
Just go to them, but don't be aggressive. You see what I'm saying? Speak to them like they children. Speak to them like you the parent that really love them.
Sometimes you gotta get creative.
Yeah.
Family is strength. Family is important. Family is important. Family is all we got. A lot of people don't have family.
Thanks to Rick and GMP, man, we at it again. Let the original host as season 5 begins. We got Gangster, Cypher, MJB and Chance. 4 different crews with 4 intelligent black men. Our mission is to teach them how to thrive and maintain. Instead of taking chances, ended up in the chain gang. Every Saturday night at 8 we going live. And if you from the West Coast, I see you at 5.
Well, it's the G.O.D. on the MIC, representing season 5 for the GMP, bringing awareness to society with current events, keeping you up on game, so just peep the content and enjoy and laugh, cause we're having a good time, expressing information that's within our mind. Shout out to Free Cypher, Gangsta Rick and Chance, for us coming together, do it once again.
And they no more playing games, we keep it G about this thing. See, if we keep going at it, then yeah, we bound to make change. Giving it to you so simple, even a child understand. The mathematical genius was all a part of the plan, and it's on now. The brothers back together, so we feeling strong now. Go tell a friend that the men is coming on now. And yeah, it's time to tune in, because the lesson is about to begin. Grown men.
Cypher on the line. Yeah.
Cut it off for me. Welcome, 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 and welcome. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast. Real men, real issues with real solutions. Thank y'all so much for joining us and tuning in for season 5. We are blessed and honored to be back here doing what we love. This is an honor and a blessing to be sharing our life with you. So God bless you. Thank you for joining us and sticking with us for all these many years. We got a great show for y'all tonight, so not going to waste no time, man. We're going to go right into it. I'm going to bring up one of my hosts. Let's go ahead and bring up Free Cypher Allah. What's going on, Free?
Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, brother.
Oh, man, it's a wonderful thing to be back. I'm glad we're back and running.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Free Cypher. We also got my brother MJB, the God of Shaw. What's going on, Marcus?
Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all again.
Back in the building. MJB back in the building. Good to see you, B.
Thank you.
We are glad that you're back in the building, man. We also got our brother all the way from the other side of the coast, man. Y'all know him so well. Gangster. What's going on, G Rick?
Oh man, you know how we do, man. It's another sunny day. I mean, on 98. Fellas, what's happening, man?
It's good.
Yeah, man. That's just good to have y'all back on the school again.
Peace, Mr. Rick. Gangster in the house.
What up, baby?
Peace. God is Shaw.
It's good.
Good to have the men back. Good to have the men back, man. It's good to have the men back in the building. Yes, sir.
I got a written before back.
Yeah.
We got a great show lined up for y'all tonight, man. A great show. We're gonna go ahead and as we do our open floor and talk about our week, we're going to go ahead and bring in our guests for the evening. Some of y'all know him as Twin. A lot of y'all know him as David, man. Let's go ahead and bring in my brother from Pine Hills, Orlando, Florida, David Williams.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What up, brother?
It's
What's
good.
happening?
Ain't too much.
Oh man. Like I said, always another sunny day in California. 98.
What's going
How you
on?
doing, man?
What's going
Hey,
on,
man,
D?
I'm just taking it easy, man. Y'all good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get this earpiece right.
Peace. For the twin.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself, D. Solo.
There ain't really a whole lot to it, man. You know, I was born and raised up north in New York, moved to Florida when I was about 12, 13 years old. Jumped out the porch at about 14 years old. You know, did what you do when you get off the porch.
Take me down.
Started my first business when I was about 18 years old. Wait a minute. Being in the streets, that led me to, catch a federal time when I was 25. Throughout my journey in prison, I did about 24 years, 5 months. Throughout my journey, I earned a couple diplomas. I got a paralegal and legal assistant diploma. I graduated with honors. I got a bookkeeping diploma. I also graduated with honors with that too. I also got a creative writing diploma, and I graduated with honors with that too. Throughout my journey in prison, I wrote a couple curriculums for the Bureau of Prisons. Taught a couple business, taught a couple classes while I was there. Helped a few guys earn their GED. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm home, rebuilding my life.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Sometimes we go through some things, get through some things. You know what I mean? So, I think I know 3 of us in the panel that did a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Right up to now. You know what I'm saying? But I know that for a fact. That and to be honest, I hate to say it, but it tightened me up, man, and it made me get to the manhood that I supposed to have been anyway. You know what I'm saying? It made me get right. One thing, brothers do hold you accountable on that, in that situation. So you gotta tighten up. Or,
That's a lot of, yeah, that's true. That's a lot of achievements, D. That's some good stuff there, man. I didn't know you had all them up under your belt like that. That's good stuff, man.
I mean, that was just some of the things. I left some stuff out. I mean, in all total, I got about 30 adult continuing education courses up under my belt while I was in prison. So, I pretty much did my time, seeking knowledge, You know what I'm saying? I learned early on, like you could take prison, man, and that's whether state or federal. You could take prison, you could turn it into a playground, or you could turn it into a university. I chose to turn it into a university. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much how I did my time.
That's good stuff, man. That's real good stuff, man. Yeah, man. If y'all got any questions out there, to all those viewers out there that's watching, any questions, we welcome him. Please call in. There's a number down there at the bottom of the screen. You can call in and ask any questions, man. David, thanks again for coming and joining us, man. We're gonna get this show started, man. And we're gonna have a great night. Y'all ready to get this show started?
Hold on. Time out. Hey, I just want to salute you, Dave. Cause listen, you did your time right. Instead of going and learn more of the bush crap, you went and got a real education and seek knowledge of self. That's the best thing that you can ever do to elevate yourself once you come home. And then you can utilize it when you get here. And I see you've been doing that too. And that's the stuff that's gonna keep you out here instead of back in there. See, that's what it means when you say, I ain't trying to go back. That means that you're trying to do something to keep you from going back. And you did that.
That's right.
A lot of us talking about I ain't gonna come back no more, but we don't do nothing while we in there. We just sit there and stay going on the weight pile, hanging out, trying to find out who got the packs. You see what I'm saying? And come home with that same mindset. And you come home with that same mindset that you left with, guess what? You going right back.
Yeah.
Well, not to take up too much time, I just want to elaborate on what you said, and you know, a lot of us as human beings, we don't understand that we're creatures of habit, just like the lion, the snake, the owl. Meaning, however the owl hunts to feed itself and its children, that's its instinct to survive. Same thing with the lion, same thing with the snake, and so forth and so on. So we as human beings, we creatures of habit too. Meaning, if you rob to get your money, that's your instinct to survive. If you sell drugs to get your money, that's your instinct to survive. If you bust checks and fraud or whatever to get your money, that's your instinct to survive. Just as well as a person who get up and go to work, and earn their money like that. That's their instinct to survive. But I say all that to say this, man. Like when you go to prison, right, and whatever led you to go to prison, if you don't do anything to change that instinct to survive, you're going to resort back to the same thing once you come home and you're back against the wall and you need to survive. You're going to go back to what you know. So, that's why you see a lot of the recidivism rate is so high. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, people don't do things to change their way of thinking.
Yeah.
So I just want to, speak
that's
on
true.
that.
Yeah, that's all true. That dude, that's good stuff too. That's good. That's good stuff.
I
Yeah.
ain't never go back. I went with that. No.
You done been back. Don't you say that. You got an A.
I'm saying I went back for 3 months on a violation. I ain't do nothing wrong.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I still got a 0.
Now you catch no little. I came on home. Stop doing what I was doing. I'd have been back for real. You know how I go.
I salute you for not getting that beat.
Yeah, but just real quick to touch on what David said, you got in order to do that, you got to learn new things. In order to change that up, you got to learn new things, learn new habits, learn new skills. You got to be willing to learn new things. So y'all, let's get this show started, man.
It's already started. What you talking about? Let's get it.
It ain't started yet. We about to get it started. We about to get it started. Y'all ready to get it started?
We ready.
It's on the road.
MJB ready.
Let's go.
MJB ready to get it started. I see MJB. He ready.
All right.
Let's get this show started, Queen. We gonna so real quick, fellas. This first event tonight is only one current event. Just one current event. It's a to recap on a story that we did a couple of years ago. I think it was season 1. You guys, you definitely know the story. If you're from Orlando, Florida, you definitely know the story. And I also wanted David's opinion on this story as well. That's why we brought it back as well. So it's a couple of things that changed out with it. This story tonight, Queen. I got a couple of images I want you to pull up, but this current event tonight is talking about Markeith Lloyd. I know y'all remember that name.
Okay.
Markeith.
I know him personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple different things that's happened since what was that, 2019?
All right, well, let's get to it then. Once you drop the name, you ain't got to say nothing else. We ready now.
Go ahead and show me that image. Give me one of those images.
Today's current events.
Before you put the video, let me get the image. Let's elaborate on those images up top. I got three. Okay, so this is when Markeith was going to court. He was first getting charged back in 2019. Okay, go ahead to the next clip, Queen. You see where the police had kicked him in the eye right there, messed up his eye. So this place right here, what y'all looking at now, is the this is the home, I think, in Carver Shores that he was hiding out at. This is where they caught him at. This is the abandoned house that he was hiding out at. Okay, and I think we got one more. Let's see. And y'all remember Markeith Lloyd. So the reason why I brought this story back, Free Cypher, David, Gangster, and MJB, because I feel like we definitely should, everybody out there should be able to learn something from this story, should be able to take something from this story, you know, being that we are, you know, we know Keith, we know the situation, we got families of our own, you know, everybody should be able to take something from the situation. And the reason why we show these things, well, we'll get into that. Queen, let's go ahead and start with the first video. Y'all watch this.
Where are the people that got shot? Is he breathing?
He's breathing. He is, but she is.
Does she have a pulse?
I don't feel a pulse.
Hold on, let me feel for it. Let me feel. No.
On the evening of December 13th, 2016, police were called to 6031 Long Peak Drive, a home in the Pine Hill section of Orlando, Florida. The caller, Stephanie Dixon Daniels, stated that her son and daughter had both been shot. Police raced to the scene and found 24-year-old Sade Dixon and her older brother, 26-year-old Ronald Stewart, lying beside each other just outside the front door. Both were suffering from gunshot wounds. Ronald had been shot 4 times. His sister Sade, a mother of 2 boys and 3 months pregnant with a 3rd child, was shot 8 times. Paramedics rushed the siblings to the hospital, and Ronald was immediately taken to emergency surgery. The surgery lasted for more than 6 hours, but Ronald would survive. Sadly, his older sister Sade and her unborn child would both die from her injuries.
When that occurred, David, did you hear about that?
When you switched to the I guess when you switched it off, I couldn't hear anything. I could just see what you had up. But I heard in the beginning, it was a phone call or something dealing with a situation that happened in Pine Hill. Yeah, but I couldn't hear it. Like soon after, it had cut off on my end, the microphone.
Okay. Are you familiar with Markeith?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you know Keith?
I knew him personally.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I knew him personally.
A lot of us,
you know,
a lot of us did.
I feel it's a bad. I feel it's a bad situation that he's in. Like it's kind of you know, a bad situation that he's in, and
Yeah.
I hate that for him, you know. And I just wish that, you know, he kind of would have you know, made some better decisions, you know, that would have prevented, you know, all that stuff from happening to him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want to give our condolences to the Sade Dixon and her family. God bless them, man, from GMP. But yeah, I agree with you on that, David. I agree with you on that. So since shouts out to Hood Horrors for that clip of that video.
We all knew Marquis. You know, I hate to get caught up in that situation. You know, I mean, I still don't know what happened in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know, the case is over. You know? But yeah, I just hate that he ended up with that whole situation crossing his path, man. He was a good dude, man. He was an alright dude, man. You know, he was an alright dude. You know, I'm one of the last times I kicked with him, we kicked with him, and, you know, came to the house, talked, you know, delivered some food over there, and then we ended up staying like an hour and a half, you know, something like that. You know, I just taking that route, so talk about the things, man. And you ain't gotta, you know, sometimes we get mad and our emotions take over, and then it's off to the races. You know, hey, you know, like,
yeah, it's well, okay, so it was a what, a 20-year age, almost a 20-year age difference between the two.
Yeah, I don't remember how old he was.
Yeah, it was something like that. But the Sade, the
clip that
family,
you just played, they said she was 24. In the clip that you just played, they said she was 24, and the brother was 26.
And Marquise was probably almost
2016. I can't remember how old I was 10 years ago, so I'm gonna say I was 42.
Yeah.
I believe me and Marquise about the same age,
Yeah.
so he was either 42 or 43, or maybe 41.
Yeah, almost 20 years older than her.
Hey, well, that's neither here nor there.
Now, what you say? What you saying, JP?
No, I was just saying I thought Marquis was a little older than that.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought he was a little older than that, you know.
Well,
but,
I mean, we looking at 2026. 2026, he 50 something. But 2016, 10 years ago, he'll be 40 something. Me and Marquise went to school together. I came out in 91.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say that
yeah.
Brother, yeah, they somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. Well, I got another clip for y'all. I got another clip. Y'all take a look at this next clip.
The story you'll see only on Channel 9. Accused cop killer Markeith Lloyd is revealing for the first time what he did during a massive manhunt to put him behind bars.
I was there on the bike.
You heard him right. In plain sight, that's where Markeith Lloyd says he spent his days on the run last year.
And his daughter and her mother claim they would have helped him hide if he'd shown up at their door all week. Channel 9's Field Sutton has been breaking new details all week surrounding Lloyd's murder cases. And Field, the saga starts with Sade Dixon.
We know Markeith Lloyd was mad at her. She was mad at him too. And in these latest jail tapes, Lloyd talks about her like she's still here. And he doesn't care if she's mad. He claims he was all over the place during those 9 days spent on the run. But he was trying to avoid getting people he knew in trouble. And he says everyone else wants to make a buck off his story. So he figures maybe he should too.
I've been a good man.
Markeith Lloyd told one of his daughters and her mom he deserves some money. We're blurring the daughter because we believe she's underage.
Write me a book.
Write you one.
Get some money. Everybody else trying to get paid off my name. Let me use my own name.
Ever since Lloyd's ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon, her unborn baby, and Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton were murdered, Lloyd's alleged involvement in the deaths has certainly brought him name recognition.
Nationwide. Everybody know you. You worldwide. Everybody know you.
I'm worldwide now. I've been nationwide.
Before he became a worldwide superstar in his head, Lloyd claims he was ready to kick Dixon and his own baby to the curb.
She was texting me stuff like, you lied to me, too much you want a family with me. I'm with your baby, you gotta worry about the baby no more, and this and that. I'm like, man, you tripping. So she the one was tripping, not me. Cause I'll leave a motherfucker going on with my business.
It never came to that because Dixon died and Lloyd went on the run.
After she would hit me.
So you already know, food.
I was in the woods. I was everywhere. I was sleeping out on the bus stops.
What?
Yep.
I've told you before, Lloyd admits he shot Sade Dixon, but he's always claimed he was provoked.
I was doing everything right to stay out there. I was working my ass off and doing right.
He said he was doing everything right, doing right, and everything went wrong.
This is crazy. Get involved with wrong people.
Every version of the accused killer's story finds a way to blame whatever happened on someone else. It is interesting hearing him admit he got involved with the wrong people. Later in that conversation, he claims he'd rather sit in prison. That he'd rather die rather than sit in prison.
Interesting field. We heard Lloyd claim he spent some of that time when he was on the run totally out in the open of Central Florida.
It's amazing to listen to these tapes. At one point, he says he was riding a bicycle right down the streets of Paramore. Whether that's true or not, of course, we'll never know.
You know, I noticed that obviously serious charges, but just the laughing through that is
that's disturbing. And
disturbing to hear this.
People on the other end.
He never seems to take it seriously.
No, never.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. You don't take it serious. Shouts out to Channel 9 for that video. News Channel 9 for that video.
Man, how do you get those, man? You recording everybody's business like that, man?
Yeah, that's how they do. They've been, that's, what you think be going on when you call home and you be locked up? They listening to that too.
Yeah, they when they tell you during the recorded calls and even the video calls that is recorded and subject to be monitored, and I mean, realistically, it's no longer private. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, you got to understand Channel 9 and all the other news stations. They news outlets. So all they got to do, they can get a copy of the record through a Freedom of Information Act request. You know, that's all it takes. A Freedom of Information Act request, they can get it. You know.
For those that don't know, they have created, the family have organized a self-defense class in honor of their daughter's name. So again, our condolences goes out to her, as well as we send our condolences out to Lieutenant Clayton Dixon and her family as well. But yeah, the Sade Dixon, they created a foundation for their daughter, a nonprofit foundation to inform and empower people on the acts of domestic violence and how to avoid it and things like that. So y'all look that up. It's called the Sade Dixon Foundation. It's on Facebook. You can find it on Facebook, the Sade Dixon Foundation.
Oh.
That wasn't a good look for him. You know that. You know.
Well, when you look at the when you look at the age difference, I'm gonna just say this: like when you look at the age difference, right? Both him and her should have knew that wasn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, because they it's like I'm gonna say this, right? You know, I got children, you know, that's in their 20s and hell, like, you know, I got a few of them that's in their 30s, you know, and it's like me personally, all right, I'm gonna speak on me. Like, I can't see myself trying to talk to, you know, a woman that's, you know, 28, 29, you know, she grown, but I can't see myself trying to talk to her because it's like, what we gonna talk about? Like, you know, like realistically, what do we have in common?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, her mind is somewhere that I done been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? It is just like I tell my kids, you know, they chuckle when I say it, but they don't understand. They'll see when they get old. I done been your age before. You ain't never been mine before.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you've been that age, you know, we all know how that go. You functioning, you know, like we look back at ourselves now and be laughing at a lot of stuff that we did when we was in our 20s. You know what I'm saying? Because you still learning yourself. And it's no disrespect to her, but what I'm saying is she was a woman, but she was a young woman. He a man, but he's an older man. He's not old, but he's an older man. They didn't mentally, they didn't really have anything in common.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
from what I get.
Exactly.
You know. So I mean, that's why I say it was kind of like a bad situation from the beginning. You know, and like I say, I talk, you know, I know Keith, you know, I got love and respect for him, but I think that decision right there was the catalyst that started, you know, because, you know, you're dealing with somebody that you really shouldn't have been dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, I know her. She had a child previous from Marquis' child she was pregnant from. I was actually in the feds with her first baby father when that happened.
Wow.
You know, I know him personally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we was in the same unit in the feds.
Man.
You know. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. We got to take a quick commercial break if all minds and all hearts are clear, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to anybody before we take a quick commercial break?
I'm good.
Hey man, you know I'm here, man. Just enjoying the ride with y'all, man.
Yep. And we appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out. Straight up, wholehearted. Thank you.
That's right. Much love to the viewers, man. Shouts out to my church, Higher Power Miracle of Faith Church, and to my pastor, Jake Simons. If you need a church home in Orlando, Florida, you definitely want to come and check us out. Higher Power on 1208 West Central Boulevard. We're going to take a quick commercial break if all minds and all hearts are clear. We'll be right back. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank God for the opportunity to be able to speak to you viewers and share our mind, our hearts, our life, our lessons, our spirit, our energy.
Be successful, you got to hang around successful people.
Knowing where you stand with someone before you start getting your emotions involved, I think it's critical.
We allowing them to do it because we got misunderstanding. We ain't got no understanding of who we are.
You're free to do whatever it is that you like. Whatever it is that you want. As long as your freedom don't infringe on somebody else's freedom.
The Bible says with all you're getting, get an understanding, which is a form of wisdom, because it helps you to navigate and to understand the do's and don'ts, the know-hows, when oppositions and opportunity present itself to you.
The more people you help,
the more that it helps you. You gotta use less selfish acts. You know what I'm saying? And do more acts being for somebody else.
I've been on the block, man. I've been all the way out there, all that, man, and so you just can't. Man, you gotta have a better head on your shoulders than just wild out like that, man.
Wow, I appreciate you, Rick, coming out and giving that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing like real knowledge. It ain't nothing like real knowledge. A lot of people come out here and be talking about hypotheticals, things that you could actually be dealing with in that life, in this life. But when you have the real, actually intrinsic knowledge, that's value. It means something to everybody.
Help, we're gonna be there, man. We're gonna be able to provide for them like we want to, man. Long as we help one little young man stay out the chain gang, I feel like I did my job.
Every man is a nation. So when you help one man, you just help the nation.
We gotta take that knowledge and start applying it, which is wisdom, to achieve an understanding. Then we can say that I'm woke.
Great. And I just first, before we start anything, just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this platform, because I think that you guys are awesome, especially for the language that you are speaking to the body, to the nation. So I'm true to be a part of this. So thank you again.
I love everything you guys are doing, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For real. It's time. This is the time right now. Yes, sir. What you guys are doing right now, man. So believe me, God is moving, and that's what I love. That's why I'm here.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm glad to be finally on the Grown Men podcast. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I feel like I'm eating steak and potatoes. That's real. Yeah, we ain't on milk today. I like it. Yeah, we ain't on that milk. Yeah, we ain't on that. I like it.
I'm so glad to be in episode 7.
Yes. Honored to be on you guys' show. So such a fan. So thank y'all so much for this opportunity.
Good.
Hey, I'm happy to be on your show, man. You know what I'm saying? Finally. You know what I'm saying? I've been supporting for a minute, but I'm happy to be on your show. Finally get here and talk around with y'all.
Man, y'all, it was easy. Shit, y'all some real.
Man, I appreciate the Gangsta's Corner, bro. I've been watching for a while.
Before we get started, I want to just tell y'all thank you for sharing your platform with me and allow me to come sit down and eat these chicken today. I greatly appreciate that.
And going into season 2, this thing, hey man, a lot of people don't understand the podcast method, man, but it's about to take off. It's about to take off to the next level. And as long as y'all stay rooted and stay grounded, man, y'all gonna be part of that takeoff, man, because y'all got a nice platform. You got a decent platform.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Thank y'all so much for joining us and tuning in. Welcome back. This is Grown Man Podcast, Season 5, Episode 1. And I got all my brothers on the scene and on the stage with me. So we are honored to be here. We're about to dive into our segments. I just wanted to take a quick moment to go over what we're doing here. We have 3 segments: family and relationships, building morale, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. In each segment, we give a bit of our personal history, a personal knowledge. As Tupac would say, we give our report to the world on what we've learned since we've been here. Something that you can use and take with you. Something that you can benefit from. And so that's what these segments are from. And it goes from big to small. It could be something as small as a small lesson, from something that you might didn't know, or something big, something real big, intimate with your family or with yourself, So we go deep, and we want you to take it with you, and we want you to grow with it. So as we grow, so God bless you. We love you. We're gonna get these segments started, and this one here is family and relationships.
Family and relationships.
Who take it off?
Anybody who want to take off?
Well,
I mean,
family relationships, I just, talk about. As far as with me, it's a lot of love around. A lot of love around with my family. My daughter and stuff. Talk to her. She's doing good. And I'm just saying that I'm just happy that I'm in a peaceful state. I'm in a peaceful state.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right. When it comes to family and relationships, in my opinion, right? That's very important because that's one of the anchors to life. You know what I'm saying? You got, in my opinion, you got 6 institutions that make a people, great or prosperous. And family is that family element. That's one of them. And it's very important, man, that you surround yourself. When I say family, it ain't really got to be, a blood relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just having people around you that really genuinely care for you, your best interest, and you really care for them and their best interest, that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Because today, you don't see that much. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, since I've been back in this world, it's like I notice it's a lot of fake love. You know what I'm saying? People be more, it's more cutthroat than anything. It's not really genuine, like how it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that causes an imbalance. A lot of people, a lot of us don't understand that causes an imbalance, not in just ourselves, in the world as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
But one I'm gonna just close out and say this, and I'm gonna write something on this. I've been working on, because I do a lot of writing on my page, so I post articles here and there, and essays that I write. But I'm gonna just close with saying, with that being said, and understood, sometimes you got to lose to win. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to shed, all that negative from around you. You know what I'm saying? In order to move forward. You know what I'm saying? That's very important that people understand that. Losing don't mean something bad all the time. Sometimes you got to lose to win in life.
Yeah.
I just leave them with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff, dude. All right.
Well,
Who next on the mic?
I guess I'll jump in, man.
Hey, I can take it. Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference. But anyway, what I'm talking about is like when you have confrontation in your family, there's 2 ways to handle it. What's more than 2 ways? But I'm saying, and I'm trying to give you my best way of handling it would be like, basically, it's a tough situation, and you got to be careful with your approach. Your approach matters way more than you think it does. It's the difference between escalating into a fight and actually getting some resolution for the problem that you have. All right. You got to get a clear goal when you speaking with them, and you get ready to be, in the talk, so to speak. Know what you want to say, and stick to that subject, because you want to be specific so everybody can have a clear understanding of what's going on. That's important because, like I said, any which way, and it can turn it into an ugly situation, And you pick the right moment when you in a confrontation with him, so to speak. Like, you don't want to, if he already stressing about some things that's going on in his life, he having problems already, or many distractions, and this might not be the best time to have that confrontation, because, like I said, when people got other things going on, they tend to not listen to your point, want to get their point across, and when that happens, they just ignore your side. Things going to happen. Don't want those things to happen. So in the confrontation, just keep it as easier said than done, but you got to stay low, keep a level head, man, and don't let that situation make you act uncivilized, so to speak. So just keep in mind, man, when you have a conversation, you got to look at their point of view too, and it'll help. And try to stay humble, and it'll help the situation out tremendously. Family relationship, gangster gone.
Well, I want to piggyback a little bit off of what you just said, gangster.
Yeah.
You know, what you're saying is true, but a lot of people don't understand, in depth, like what you like really, really mean. Because what I learned, right, communicate. Most people don't even, they don't understand how to communicate, how to verbally express themselves. And what I learned too, and it's prominent now with these youngsters out here. You know what I'm saying? Usually when you have a person that's quick to violence, it's because they haven't figured out how to express themselves verbally. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem, with us in this community. Like, we don't know how to communicate with one another. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to piggyback and just add that into what you just said.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes that's another learned lesson. That sometimes you gotta learn that. You gotta learn that. Go ahead, Free Cypher. I'll go after you, Free.
Oh man, I'll just keep it short and simple. Be real with yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, it ain't shit to be fake to me. You around here, a lot of us, we be lying to ourselves. So it's easy to lie to me when you come and talk to me. Stop lying to yourself, and it'll be easier for you to stop lying to me. Peace.
But it's a reason behind that too, Slifer. It's a reason behind, because you got to understand with this social media, everything is all about imagery, what it looked like. Like what we was talking about earlier before the show started. You know what I'm saying? The difference between the day and the later days. Like, everything is about what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? You got half of these, you got half of these youngsters riding around in these foreign cars and big jewelry and all this. But when you get down to the essence of it, most of the money be fake. The jewelry don't be really real. The car be a rental. You see what I'm saying? And it's different from like back in the days, like, when we did, and y'all know, because we all along the same age. Like when we rode around in foreigns, we owned them. Yeah. When we had that jewelry, it was ours. You know what I'm saying? When we went, y'all remember, because this new thing now with making it rain and all that in the strip club with the ones. We didn't throw ones when I went to the strip club back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We was throwing. It was money on the floor. You see what I'm saying? The 50s, 20s, 30 of 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different now. It's all about what it looked like, not what it is. So just to comment on what you said.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Let me close
back
out
to what I said. Now get away from that what it looked like and get back to what it is. Be true to yourself, and you can be true to me and everybody else that you're dealing with. As long as you lying to yourself freely, living in denial, as long as you're doing this freely, living a fake life, you're gonna be faking with me and I'm gonna bust your head.
Every time.
Yeah.
That's
just like that.
That's real. That's real. That's real. That's good stuff, gangster. That's good stuff, Free Cypher. Let me go ahead and close it out, Queen. Man, that's good stuff. Y'all on fire already. That's real good stuff, man. Let me go ahead and close it out. Family relationships. I was just gonna touch on. I want to just keep talking what y'all was saying, but I got to get away from that. That was some good stuff. I was talking about tonight. I'm talking to to my family. I'm talking to you, family. I'm talking to my friends. I basically just want you all to realize that you have a purpose, you have a destiny, you have a reason why you're here. And the people that are in your life, the relationships that are in your life, they contradict to that purpose. You have God, you have yourself, you have your family, and you have your friends. You have to invest time in each one of these relationships in order to find the meaning of them. If you don't, you'll never know why they were here. You know, it's so important to do that. It's so important to do that. So one thing that keeps you away from doing that is noise. The noise with the world, the chaos, the distractions, whatever's going on in the news, you know, whatever they put in your face. They want to distract you from whatever your goal is, your purpose, why you're here, what you're supposed to be doing. They want to distract you and blindfold you with that. And so that's why you have social media, and that's why you have, you know, Netflix, and that's why you have a lot of distractions. You got to find time to invest in yourself and the relationships that God has placed in your life. The family members, the friends. Invest time, invest. And you know what them fellas were saying, what they're saying on the board today, it all coincides together. You know, it all coincides together. Invest time in yourself, invest time in your family. God bless your family relationships. Your brother Chance.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
We're gonna before we move to the next segment, guys, we got a couple comments. Queen, go ahead and put them on the board. They can't hear you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, they coming slow. So Latoya Edwards said it was sad. Talking about the current event. Okay. Phil Burb said, hey, shouts out, Phil. Thanks for watching. Blessings. Campbell, shouts out, Campbell. Thanks for watching. Much love and respect. Much love and respect. If all minds and all hearts are clear, is MJB talking to the Bob box? I'm sorry. If all minds and all hearts are clear. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Shouts out to Joy Christopher. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, Joy.
Yeah.
You said another one after Joy. And we got shouts out to Mr. Cruz 2K. Yes, sir. That's Mr. Cruz. Y'all see Mr. Cruz. That's our ATL. Shouts out to Cuz. That's cousin Free Cypher. All right, we're gonna keep it moving if all minds and all hearts are clear. We got 2 more segments, plus we got the Gangsters Corner that's coming up. So we're gonna move right along to the next segment. Let's go.
Building morale.
In and out, building morale. Somebody grab the mic. Let's go.
Well, for building morale, I think like, you know, us as our, you know, people, we gotta just like our youngsters, they like Cypher was saying, be real with yourself. They, you know, just have some morale about yourself. Don't be out here just trying to showboat and think you the biggest and baddest. You know, have some respect. But you know, they young. They want, like you say, they want to go with what they see. But the beautiful thing about all that is God is the best teacher, because you're going to go through it, and then you're going to have to learn from it, because he's going to sit you down and either take you out of here. So it's on you. You know, I'm good.
Good stuff, MJB. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good knowledge. Good knowledge.
I take it again. I take it again.
Go ahead, Cypher. Free Cypher on the line.
All right, give me my screen then. Where my screen? I want to be okay. There we go. Hey, check this out. First and foremost, I want to, we always talking about how bad these youth feels out here. I'm the first one as an old head to say it's my fault. It's my fault. Cause I know I left the street and I wasn't here to continue on like the old heads was raising me, teaching me things. I didn't do that. I went up the road and that's where I was at. Now I'm back. I'm here to do my job. My job is to get these youth in order. First, we got to give them some teaching. We got to teach them something. So I'm going to start right now with something that every day that goes on, something, men and women. I'm talking masculine men and feminine women. As we pass on the sidewalk or in the store or something, a man naturally looks back. A female gonna look back to see if you look back. But when that man look back, he looking back to see what's on behind, what's back there. For what I'm saying. Women ain't looking back at you to see your ass, is what I'm telling you, young man. Pull your britches up. Ain't no reason for you to be sitting out here walking around with your goddamn pants hanging below your butt cheeks with some tighty whities on, or boxer briefs is what you want to say. That's totally unacceptable out here. Pull your britches up so you can run. You don't know when you're going to have to fight. You don't know what's going to happen to you out here in these streets, and you walk around here with your pants in a position that you can't do nothing. Unless you really trying to be like that feminine female and poke it out for somebody to look at it. But that woman ain't going to look at it. It's a man looking at that. Because only men looking at booty. Peace.
You know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pick it back off of.
Go ahead, D.
You know, I agree with the brother when he said that, you gotta blame the older cats. You know what I'm saying? And I understand too that I fall in that too. And because I feel like the young men today, for one, the few older guys who really care about their well-being, like myself, and a few others, we were pulled out of the community. Okay. And then you got the majority of the older guys, they don't have no real substance to offer these young guys. So that's why these young guys don't listen to them. You got 50-year-old men still running around there, just like what the brother just explained. They run around there with their pants hanging down, the tighty whities, and still acting like they young. So the youngsters looking at them like, what type of example you set? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got these older cats pulling up on these youngsters, man, showing them how to get their credit right, how to start a business, how to write a resume, a decent resume to get a job and so forth and so on. So it's like, I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We have to blame. You can't just always point at the youngsters, the YNs. You got to also point at the older cats too, because we're responsible for showing them. You know what I'm saying? And we failing in that as older men. You know what I'm saying? So these young guys now, they free falling. Now they just going by, whatever they feel, whatever their heart tell them to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's a known fact. You only gonna go as far as your education and take you. You know what I'm saying? And when I say educated, it don't necessarily mean school, book knowledge. I'm just saying, like, your education, the type of information you come in contact with. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna only elevate farthest that go. So if that's all they know and that's all been seen, and then to elaborate on what the brother said too, with the tight clothes and all, a lot of these young, they don't even, you have to do research. Most of these designers that wear that type of stuff are homosexual men. Do your research. Versace, just to name a few. and and it's not a shot to that community. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's what you do, that's what you do. But what I'm saying is the youngsters in the community, they don't even understand that most of these male designers, are homosexual men. So they're making the clothes and dressing you with the clothes fitting how they want the clothes to fit on them. So it boils down to education, man. You know what I'm saying? Education is key to a lot of things, man. When you properly educated and you got knowledge, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna make better decisions. And that applies to youngsters, the old heads and all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this too. I fought even more the older cats because there's certain things you're not supposed to be doing when you get a certain age. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things you're not supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to, you 50 years old, you ain't supposed to be riding around in no car with no 30-inch rims on.
That's right. I gotta agree.
You ain't supposed to be wearing skinny jeans. You see, and that's a problem. Like
big problem.
We don't set proper standards. You know what I'm saying? And when I say we, I'm talking about the majority as men. Like we don't be setting proper standards for these younger guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when we talk to them, we talk down to them like they children, and you ain't gonna get nowhere like that because you gotta realize we was all in our 20s too. And what happened with them older cats who used to come trying to put down and step down like, yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So and it goes back to what I said earlier about learning how to effectively communicate with people. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important because if you don't know how to communicate with them youngsters, man, you can't reach them. You know what I'm saying? I know since I've been home, it's been a couple times where I done went somewhere, and then seen some younger guys that I guess recognized me, and it surprised me, but they approached me like, man, I remember you, man, when I was a little boy, I was about 8, 9 years old and so forth and so on, and I'm chopping it up with them. And I'm enlightening them on things, and they, when we end the conversation, they be like, "Hey, man, it's like, man, you the first person that talk to me like this." You know what I'm saying? And like I tell them, it's because I genuinely care about you. You ain't got to be my son, my blood son, my brother, my nephew, or my niece. It's like, man, we have to be able to offer that to them youngsters instead of, and what bro was saying, like I said, I agree with him, but it's just the approach. Instead of, pull your pants up and, pull him up and sit him down and chop him up and give him the real game. Well, hey, man, you see that designer you wearing? Man, do your research, pull it up. Cause today we got, I'm gonna wrap it up, but what I'm saying, what I'm gonna say for real is sad, but it's true. But today we have no reason to be ignorant. Because we have access to instantaneous information right in our pocket, in our purse. Anything you want to know is just a keystroke away. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no reason to be ignorant today.
That's right.
But I'm gonna tell you, the powers that be, they gave us that because they so confident that we don't know what to do with it. Because think about it. What do majority of people do with these phones? We all on social media. What they do? They filming somebody fighting and all that. Oh, look at such doing this at the strip club and all. We're not using it to really elevate ourselves. We're using it for BS.
That's right. A waste of time. Yeah, that's right. That's good stuff, D. That's all true. That's all good stuff, man. Yeah. And to the viewers out there that's watching, man, we want y'all opinion, man. Y'all comment on what y'all hear. Chime in, call in that phone number right there at the bottom of the screen, or you can send in your comment. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sending those stars. Thank y'all for watching. God bless you, man. We're going to keep it moving. We got another segment coming up. Actually, we haven't closed out. We haven't closed out building morale yet.
Yeah.
Who left? Gangsta and me? Just me and Gangsta?
Me and you. All right, listen. It's simple, right? We're building morale. Again, my subject today is on confrontation. So all I'm saying about the building morale is I'm giving you a little piece of advice to stop always going you know, somebody put a weapon or trying to throw some hands at you, man, just it's all right to disagree. When you talking to somebody, it's all right to disagree. But if you as a person have tried to understand that point a little more, right, by doing this, you lower the level of, you know, intensity that it is. You know, you gotta lower the attention a lot. You know, so just be somebody being aggressive and they become disrespectful. If it's possible, remove yourself from the situation. And trust me, if I say that, you know, then I'm really be trying, because I used to be the one that was the most. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody doing that to you, just step back a little bit and try to move yourself from the situation, so you get caught up in something that you can't erase tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Just keep a level head all the time, especially in the confrontation. Gangsta on, man.
Good stuff, gangster. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right. Yeah, you know how to do. So, and also, I don't think we wrong. I think them niggas wasn't gonna listen to us if we tried to tell them how it go, man. They're like, we ain't even listen when they try to tell us how it go. We you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna listen.
But
you know what I'm saying? 'Cause they,
No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, because when the OGs that I grew up with, when they pulled and told me something, I took heed to it.
But we cut from a different cloth. That's what we always. That's what we saying.
But this is what I'm saying. So I can't have that attitude. Oh, the young ain't gonna listen to me. They just gonna let it go in one ear and out the other. Because that's how the OGs felt about me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Now, true enough. Now I might not have took a hold to it as soon as they said something to me. I might have rebelled and pushed back. But later on down the line, that shit come back to you, and you be like, "Yeah, I'm supposed to do it like this. I'm gonna do this."
Right.
Such and such told me. Such and such said such and such. But yeah, true enough, right then and there when they first stepped to me, I probably pushed back. But like I say, it'll come to me later on, and I change my ways.
Yeah.
So you gotta do your job and give them the information.
Yeah.
I like the way the brother told me, hey, you ain't got to yell at them. Let them go research the designer.
Yeah.
Start like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You gotta use tact with them. Remember the video that he played at the beginning of the thing, how to deal with your child. Yeah. I went straight aggressive. Yeah. On the video, I said, you can't be aggressive.
and see, when we was growing up, we didn't have a podcast to give us some motivation or some knowledge to watch. So what we're doing now is very impactful, man. So let me go ahead and close out Building Morale, man.
We ain't have podcasts, but we had real individuals. When I used to hang at the gazebo, it was older. It was all ages out there. When we had the gazebo, having our little sessions, our ciphers.
Yeah.
It's all ages out here. Yeah. And we had the older crowd out there to teach us right way to do things, how to move. To move. But that's something that we failed to do to those that came under us. We didn't offer that advice. A lot of us were trying to keep hold to the knowledge and keep it for ourselves.
Well, I'm glad that we decided to pair up and team up to give out this knowledge on this podcast, man. So let me close out Building Morale, because we gotta stay on this time clock, man, and we got 2 more segments to go, and we are running out of time. So Building Morale for me tonight. I just wanted to let the youth know 3 different types of people, 3 different types of minds. You got small-minded people, you got good-minded people, and then you got great-minded people. Which one are you? That's what we're going to find out tonight. Which one are you? So small-minded people, they tend to talk about other people. They tend to focus about other people and their activities, other people and their achievements, their downfall. whatever they're doing in their life or whatever's going on with other people, anything but themselves. These are small-minded people focusing on outside other people. Number 2, good minds. Good minds focus on the positive. They focus on positive events, positive historical events. They conversate on things that's going to get them from where they're at to the next step. So they're aware of the fact that there are better things and greater things out there, and so they focus in on positive things, something that's big or something that's going to help me in my situation, or maybe can help you in your situation. And then you have great minds. Then you have your great minds. Great minds. I would have to say, great minds are like you and I. Great minds are like you and I. We focus on creativity. We focus on ideas. We focus on things that's gonna help and things that's gonna move a situation. Great minds. We focus on invention, building things, creating things. We don't accept the norm. We don't accept the norm. We go outside the box. That's what great minds do. We don't sit around and we don't focus on other achievements. We want achievements of our own. Life is so short. You got a short time frame here, so you want to focus on your own achievements. Small minds, good minds, and great minds. Which one are you?
I'm a small mind.
Hey, y'all got to excuse me. I'm hungry. I ain't ate nothing all day.
You all right, B? You okay, MJB? We're going to keep it moving right along. Keep it moving right along. We're going to take it right to the Gangsters Corner.
Welcome. It's how new segment is called Gangsters Corner, and I'm your boy Gangster Rick. Scroll in the podcast. Let's get it on.
Still can't hear him. You see the mic?
I know that. My dog was barking. I turned the mic down. You hear me now, right?
I can hear you now. We couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you before.
Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. I forgot to turn my mic down. Basically, y'all know this is the Gangsters Corner, and I'm Gangster Rick. Grown Man Podcast, whatnot. I got a simple question for the people listening and the crew. It's a simple question. It's do you think success is more about discipline or the environment? Simple. Is it more about discipline and discipline in itself, or is it the environment that you grew up in or whatever? Still, how you feel about that? That's it.
Okay. All right,
well, I think.
Go ahead, B.
I mean, both of them. I say both of them, but really the discipline overall for me, because you got to be disciplined within yourself in order to try to achieve anything.
Yeah, I accept that. That's the way I feel about it too, as well.
More about definitely have to say discipline. You definitely have to go with discipline.
I'm gonna ride with discipline too, because what a lot of us what we don't understand, right, is when you got discipline and drive, that determination to meet some type of objective, it don't matter what your surroundings is. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about us, if we think it, that's why it's a saying, and it's true. You know, be careful what you think and be careful what you say out your mouth, because you can speak things and think things into existence.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do with your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You know, and believe it or not, the way you think and your determination to get something done is going to put you around the environment you need to be in to meet your objective. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, when it's all said and done, it's all about discipline. And what a lot of people don't, I'm gonna close with this here too. And it goes back to say discipline over environment. Elevation takes isolation. Sometimes you have to isolate yourself from your surroundings to truly elevate.
Yeah.
And that takes discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you discipline. That's right, D. That's right.
So
you got to stay focused on the goal.
You
got to stay focused on that goal, whatever it may be. And to stay focused on that goal and to walk that path, it takes a disciplined person. That's self-discipline to get to where you need to get.
Look,
that is, go ahead.
I can use myself for an example. I could have went to prison at a young age, 25 years old, and did the same thing that majority do. I could have went in there and got caught up in the, you know, playing basketball all day on the rec yard all day, you know, at the spades table, at the dice game. Because one thing about it, anybody who done been in the feds is way different from the state. In the fed, you know, especially if you got a little change, you living like you on the street. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go to the chow hall. You can order your food, it come to you. You know what I'm saying? They got shit. They got alcohol that's more potent than anything you could find at the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? And whatever else, I could have got caught up in all that because that was my surroundings.
Right, but you took
but I chose to stay focused.
Yeah.
And had discipline. You know, when they was on the rec yard, I was in the law library. You know what I'm saying? When they was on the rec yard, I was in the education department.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Read something, studying something. You see what I'm saying? That takes discipline and determination.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with your surroundings. Cause guess what? Like you said, like we talked about earlier. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, they come home and they still have that same thing on their mind, and they go back to what they know they didn't elevate. You know what I'm saying? So I can use myself for an example with that it's discipline over your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That was a good question, gangster. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Good. And definitely, I just want to touch on this. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You know what I'm saying? Some people say it's the environment, you know, and I just refuse to believe that. Because you get yourself out that situation that you in. All you gotta do is be determined and want to make it happen, Captain. And you can do it. You ain't gotta sell no rock. You ain't gotta pick it up. You chose to do that. Next time, make a better choice.
Yeah. And just to add, right? It was the discipline that and my determination is what got me sitting here talking to y'all good brothers right now. Because you got to understand. Go back and look, do the research. I had a November 11, 2037 date. If it wasn't for me digging in the books and pulling statutes and regulations and pulling statistical material to show Biden, hey man, there's a big disparity in my sentence, the sentence that I caught back then as opposed to sentences today. If it wasn't for me researching and pulling that stuff and presented to Joe Biden, he would have never signed my clemency.
Right.
So
that made a big difference. That's man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate your energy, guys. I appreciate your energy, man. And to the fans, the viewers out there, if y'all watching, give us your thoughts. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to keep it moving right along. We got one more segment before we close out tonight's show. Free Cypher might have stepped out. He'll be right back with us. MJB, thank you for joining us tonight. Dave, thank you for being with us, King and Gangster. You know we respect you, brother. That go Free Cypher. Popping back in.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to move right along.
Yes, sir.
And go right along to the last segment of the evening.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
All right, guys, we're gonna be in and out.
Well,
all right, y'all. Let me take this over right quick. Let me jump in real quick because I'm running short.
Go ahead, Free.
Peace. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding to me gonna be this year. Today is the 4th, so 4 to me is coaching. My coach is our God. I sincerely love my laws out of mathematics. I step Lord and master. Meaning, I can't be Lord or master. I govern myself to do what's right. I don't need nobody telling me what to do, when to do. This is thing that we need to get with each other, all of us. We need to govern ourselves. You don't need nobody coming to tell you what to do, when to do it. You know what to do and when to do it. Just do it. Peace.
It's just a coincidence that we just got off of that word discipline, because that's what I was going to speak on with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, just the discipline. But we covered it, but that's a good thing. You got to be disciplined in your life. You have to in order to achieve anything you want. So my thing was discipline. Got to put it on. I put it on myself. Try to, that's what I'm doing now. I'm being disciplined to not be all everywhere, trying to be everywhere all the time, wearing myself out and stuff. So I've been just, like I say, I'm learning, and I'm glad that I'm able to be at a peaceful state where I can learn more about myself. And that's it.
Yeah.
MJB,
right. Good stuff, B.
I'd like to speak on that, right?
Go ahead, D.
When we speak about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we also, also have to break it down to the people so they can understand that those are 3 different elements. Most people think they're similar, but they're not. Okay.
They're similar, but they ain't the same.
First, when you speak on knowledge, you have to take it further and add a word to it. You have to be introduced to correct knowledge. All right. Wisdom, and the only way to do that is to educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do your research and really educate yourself. Wisdom, a lot of people think that knowledge and wisdom is one and the same, but they're different. Wisdom you can only obtain by living. That's why you got an elder in their 70s and 80s. They wise. They know why? Because they've lived so long. They've experienced so much. That's where they gain wisdom from. You gain wisdom by just living and learning. Yeah. And then the understanding part comes in. You have to have the mindset to be able to understand the first 2. You see what I'm saying? So, it's like a saying by this writer, right? I love his quote. Matter of fact, I put it on my page, but Alvin Toffler, he got a saying, right? And I love it. In the 20th century, the illiterate of the 20th century will not be those who cannot read and write, but will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now, let me break down what he means by that. First, you have to be capable of learning, meaning you have to, there has to be nothing wrong with your mind, the working of your mind. Meaning you can't be, and I mean it's not from a comical or speaking bad on someone. I'm speaking from a medical term. You have to be, you can't be retarded. The medical definition of retarded. So you have to be capable of learning. Then you have to be open-minded enough to unlearn all the BS that you've been taught. Then you have to be disciplined enough to relearn the new stuff that you've been introduced to. So, when it comes to knowledge, willing, and understanding, you have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? When we say knowledge, we have to add a word, like I say, correct knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to continue to live and experience things to obtain wisdom, to implement that correct knowledge that you learn. You see what I'm saying? And then you have to have the mental capability to understand the correct knowledge that you learn.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So,
yeah, I know. Nailed that to the call.
Yeah, that's deep.
All right. Because I'm gonna tell you what mine stated. Okay, this is what I did. Knowledge and wisdom, they're close to being related, but it's not the same, like you said. The definition of knowledge basically says, the definition of wisdom, wisdom is the ability to discern and judge, right? The truth, right, or what's lasting. You understand that? Knowledge, on the other hand, it's information you learn or gain through the experiences, reasoning, and acquaintance. You know what I'm saying? So it's exactly what you said, bro. You gotta, that can only be attained from that you have. And understanding is the ability to put those two things and use in perspective to everything in your life. You understand? That's just what it is. Knowledge and wisdom, you gain it, understand it, and you gain it and you comprehend it. And then understanding comes from combining the two and the ability to work. Gangsta Rick, I'm gone.
All right, peace. Hey, I just want to be right quick. As a kid, we learned from G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. That other half is wisdom when applying what you know. The reward to all of that is going to be the understanding that you gain. Peace.
Bang, bang. Close it out.
That's good stuff.
Close us out, dog.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. I'll go ahead and close it out, man. First off, I want to say I appreciate you guys, man, being genuine tonight, man. Y'all just genuine. Y'all opened up your hearts. Y'all laid it out, laid it on the table. It's plain and simple, all the way across the board, man. So I appreciate that, and I know the fans out there, they appreciate that, the viewers as well. So thanks again to all the hosts, and David, thank you again for stopping in. We appreciate you, King. God bless each and every one of you. I'll go ahead and close out tonight, leaving you good people with the understanding of that you cannot control anyone but yourself. You don't control the situation. So basically, what brought me to this subject is friends, in my life that I can't reach out and I can't help with a single word or even financial for that matter. If I can't, it gets frustrating when you see someone that you're trying to help and you can't help them, regardless of what you do or what you say. Understand that you can't control people. Wherever you find yourself in life, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. So with that being said, only focus on yourself because other people have to focus on them. It's a 24-hour, 7-day job to focus on you. You have no time to focus on others. You pray for them. You offer advice, but you don't lose yourself when trying to direct them to the right path. And the reason is control. What is control? Control is when you want somebody to do something that you think is in their best interest, right? Well, number one, you don't control the situation. God does. That's number one. And then number two, a person changed against their own will is of the same opinion still. So you don't force anyone to make a decision. God gives us choices. They have to choose. They have to choose to make that right decision. It's a part of the character building. When they make that decision, it builds a certain character in that person. So they have to choose. And this is a lesson that we had to learn. I had to learn. And I just wanted to share with you guys. Let others grow. Pray for them. Help them as much as you can, but don't lose yourself in the fact that they might not be getting better as fast as you want them to, or whatever the case may be. Just trust God and keep your faith. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Grown Men Podcast.
Grown Men Podcast.
Grown Men Podcast.
Need to know. Grown Men Podcast.
Grown Men Podcast.
Grown Men Podcast.
You know what it is. Grown Men Podcast.